4th grade. So this week we are making artist books. There are so many different types of artist books, but we are going to be making a petal folded artist book. So it looks pretty complicated at first, but it's actually just a few folds and then gluing the pages together to get a finished book. This can be turned into an actual storybook. You could write a story inside of it. It could also be more of a journal or a notepad that you write in, or it could even be a sketchbook. So it can be a lot of different things, and you can decorate it however you would like. So follow along with this to find out how to make the petal folded artist book, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun with it.
So I have just regular printer paper I'm using, and it's cut into 8.5 by 8.5 squares. Of course, you can use other colored paper if you wanted to. As long as it's a thin paper, it should work pretty well. You're going to be doing a lot of folding, so you don't want it to be too thick. I just have 3 of these larger squares. Of course, you can always have more pages in your book if you would like, but I'm just going to start with 3. And then I have 2 thicker pieces of paper. This is cardstock, and these are going to be the front and back covers of my book. These are cut into 4.5 by 4.5 squares. Let's get started with our pages. So we are making a petal folded artist book, but there are so many different types of pages and folds that you can do to make an artist book. So check out all of the links to other videos that I posted if you want to make another artist book, but I'm going to be making the petal fold in this video. So to do that, you're going to start with one of your larger sheets. So your first step is going to be to fold your paper in half. Line up your edges as best as you can and crease it really well. And you're going to open it up and fold it in half the other way. Crease it really well. Open it back up again. Now if you flip this over, it should kind of look like a tent. Kind of stands up like a tent. So your folds should all be facing down. You're going to take one corner, doesn't matter which corner, and you're going to fold it over to the other corner. So you're making a diagonal fold through here. Now if you flip that over, it's also going to kind of stand up on your table. If you kind of push down in the middle, the sides will lift up. And if you take those 2 corners, the ones that have folds pointing towards them, if you take those 2 corners, join them together in the middle, it should look something like this. And then those 2 pieces that are sticking out, if you just press them towards the middle, crease those folds, that is going to form your page. So that is the petal fold. Kind of looks like that. Now I'm going to continue to do that fold with the rest of my pages, and then I will show you how to attach them as pages of your book. So I have all of my pages folded, and my next step is just, I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just going to label which part is the opening, and then which part of this is the middle or like the closed side, and that will help me when I'm gluing these pages together. So over here, this is where my page opens. So right here on this corner, I'm going to just put an O for open. And then directly opposite that side, where the middle of the page is, and it's not open, I'm going to just put an X. And I'm going to do that on the rest of my pages as well. Now, to join these together, you would think that you're going to be matching up the same letters. You're actually going to match up the X's with the O's. So I need to take some glue here. You can use a glue stick or a glue bottle. If you don't have a glue stick or a glue bottle, go ahead and use tape. Any way you can get these to stick together. I'll just start with one here. So I'm going to cover this whole side with glue, and I don't want a ton of glue, but just enough so that my other pages can stick to it. So I'm actually going to put dots of glue everywhere, and I'm going to take a paintbrush and just spread that out so it's even, and I don't have clumps of glue under my paper. And of course, wash your brush. I'm going to just set it into a cup of water. And I'm going to take my other side, and I'm matching up the X's with the O's and the O's with the X's. So I'm going to make sure that those are going to be on top of each other, and then I'm just going to lay that down right on top line it up as best as you can. It's okay if it's a little bit off, but you want it to be mostly. And of course I should let that dry a little bit, but let's just see what it looks like. So there you can see all my folds. It's kind of opening up like an accordion. Now I'm going to do the same thing with my other page, attach that, and it looks like I need to actually label this side. So the open side, O, X. And then I'm going to cover this with glue, attach this page, and then we'll see what it looks like. There I have my pages all connected. Now it is time to attach the front and back covers of my book. Okay, so to attach my covers, I'm just going to do the same thing. I have my stack of pages here, and all I'm going to do is add glue to this entire side, attach my cover, line it up as best as I can. And then I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Now obviously you would let this dry before you actually start to use it, but let's just take a peek at what it looks like. So that is my book. Now if you wanted to create a closure for this, you could always tie a string around it, tie a cool ribbon on it. You could decorate the front cover, which I think I might do. And then you could always use this as a sketchbook, a journal, and what's cool about it is you have pages that open up to be bigger than you think they are. And then also you can use the front and the back sides of those. So you could make this really big depending on how many pages you make, or you could just make a small one like I did with the 3 pages. But I hope you have fun with this project, and I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.